Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Crazy Over Parties. Before we get started, you guys already know, please make sure that you like, subscribe, share the channel with other creators, DIYers, event planners, balloon artists, anyone that you know that would enjoy the videos that we post. Alright guys, so today I am working on a silver, white, and purple balloon garland for an event planner in Atlanta. She's just now starting out and she asked me to do her balloons for her. So we are at her church right now. They're having a First Lady Appreciation Day tomorrow, and they want to surprise their First Lady with just a little small backdrop and balloon decor. So I am only doing the balloons for this setup, and I let the planner handle everything else. You guys know how I personally like to do my balloons. I overinflate my balloons and then I allow some of the air to release while pressing the balloons against my skin. This allows for my balloons to be very oval shaped and pretty instead of a pear-shaped balloon. It's nice and oval, it's pretty, it's not going to pop. I won't have to have any issues when I'm manipulating it. They won't pop easily because I do not have too much air in my balloons. So I like to have my balloons in a set of 4. I only build my base out of 11 and 17-inch balloons. I know a lot of different balloon artists like to go ahead and put their 5 inches and their 36 and 24 inches while they're building. But I personally like to add that stuff later. I am one that likes to build the garland as I go. I don't build it while it's on the ground. But I am going to do a video where I try building it before I hang it. So yeah, you guys wait for that. I'm sure that will be an experience and you guys probably can leave me some good pointers on how to do that before I get started on it. For my larger balloons, I still like to place my hand over the top of it while it's inflating, and I still go back and press it against my skin and release some of the air, just so to help it get that pretty shape. For this garland, I am using Tuftex white, Tuftex purple, and Gemar Shiny silver. I'll also leave those colors in the description box. So guys, for this balloon install, the client decided to use the metal backdrops and the spandex covers that you can purchase online. And overall, I will say I was not a huge fan of them when putting balloons on it. It just made it, or to me, it seemed a little bit harder than just actually using the wood panels. But if you have a way, once you see the video, if you did your balloon garland differently or you had an easier way to attach the balloons to it, please leave that in the comment section below. That will definitely help me out because those metal backdrops were just different. They were different for me. Yeah, so leave a comment below and let me know if you did anything different when using those metal backdrops and the spandex covers. So let's build this garland, guys. So you guys already know I got my balloons in 4s and I am pulling one neck of balloons out and I am tying it to another set of balloons. And the reason I am doing this is because I am not using up all my 260s. I am not using fishing line. I am saving money and I am just using what I already have to use by tying those neck of balloons together. One, this makes my garland very tight and I just feel like I don't have to use as many 5-inch balloons or 36-inch balloons to cover holes. And 2, I'm saving money, so it's a win. I am doing that because I am going to use those same 260s that I did not use to build my garland. I'm going to use that to attach more balloons and to build my details. So y'all just keep watching. We're going to repeat those same steps and add more balloons to the garland by pulling out the neck and tying it to the neck that's already on the garland. So I decided to make my color the purple, the middle color, so the white and the silver will be on each side of the purple instead of making it white and silver then purple. Let me know in the comment section if you like that idea or if you think that the garland should have been white, silver, and then purple. My thought process was just simply to put the color balloons in the middle, but let me know if you disagree. And this is the backdrop, guys. So I am just measuring the balloons here to see if I have enough. And then I am going to go ahead and attach it to the backdrop. So I thought about originally go ahead and building my garland first, but that just did not work. So I skipped past that for you guys for the sake of your viewing pleasure. I did not want to make you guys sit through the process of watching me change my mind 2 times while attaching this backdrop. So yeah, I went ahead and I decided to use my adhesive hooks and place it on the back of the backdrop stand and then use my 260s to attach my balloons. Now, I will say the adhesive hooks did hold very well, but I just was not sure because the backdrop is very flimsy. Wood is more supportive, but that backdrop was a little bit more shaky than I would have liked. So once I got the adhesive hooked on there and I had my 260s attached to the adhesive hook, I was able to attach my balloon garland to the backdrop wall. Now, for the sake of my YouTube channel, I was going to add a lot more balloons to this backdrop. But after I noticed that the panels that she was using was going to be cloth, I was kind of afraid to add more balloons to this backdrop. I did not want to put too much on there and then the backdrop stands couldn't handle it and they fall down. So I kept it simple like she asked me to. And yeah, that was that. If this backdrop would have been wood, I promise you guys, for the sake of you guys and teaching, I would have made this a lot more extravagant. On that left side, I would have definitely added balloons down there just to make it an eye-popping backdrop. Right, back to this garland. So I went ahead and I secured the bottom of the garland just so it could be secured in 2 places and not just one. You guys know how I am about that. I do not want to be called back by a client saying that the balloon garlands fell 15 minutes after I left. So I just go ahead and I secure it properly before I even leave and make sure that it's good to go. So I have a 260, and on each side of the 260, I have one set of 4 5-inch balloons, and then I have one 19-inch shiny silver Gemar balloon. And I am wrapping that shiny silver Gemar balloon in 3 to 4 different places around the backdrop that's already on the wall to make sure that it's secured. I push that silver balloon to the side because I try to put the larger balloons to the side and not necessarily in the front. But I also don't push them too far to the back because I do want them to be seen. I have a set of 8 11-inch balloons that I am going to attach to the top just to make that garland a little bit more nice towards the top of it. And what I should have done there was add another set of balloons on the opposite side of that 260 so I could have got good use out of it. But it's all right. I just wanted to add a little bit more detail to the top so the 260 and those balloons did exactly what it needed to do. All right, guys, so I'm going to continue those same steps by adding a few more details to the garland. If you do not have 260s, you can use fishing line to add your details to your balloon garland. It will not be as easy, but you can use fishing line. And if you have not watched my last video, I will leave that link in the description box below so that you can check it out. And we built that whole garland out of fishing line. So let's continue, you guys, continue watching and let's see how this garland came out. This was one of my more beginner friendly videos, but if you watch this video and you're still like a little confused, go back and watch any of the other videos that we have on our page and you will kind of see the process of how to build a beginner friendly balloon garland. Overall, this garland took me about 45 minutes, and that is simply because I needed to figure out the backdrop. But if I were to be using a wood panel backdrop, this garland probably would have took me 30 minutes from start to finish. I wanted to push my garland to the front a little bit more. So I started maneuvering it, and then I realized that I needed to have a hook or something in the front to attach the balloons to. And since my client had that cross hanging there, I thought it would have been a great idea to tie fishing line to the cross and then to the balloon garland. Awful idea, guys. Okay, it was not a good idea, and I had to go back and go against that. It was not a great idea for me to attach that fishing line to her cross because it was making her cross very crooked. So I decided to just add an adhesive hook to the top of the backdrop stand and make sure that it was towards the front, and then tie the balloons to that. That was the best option, and that was the safest option. And you guys, in a few seconds, will see the difference that attaching that 260 to the backdrop again, to hold the balloons down in the front, the big difference that it made. And it just made me feel a lot more secure about leaving this garland and it not falling. Once we spoke again, she did tell me that the balloons lasted like 2 weeks on that backdrop stand without falling. So I was happy to hear that because, like I said, I was a little bit nervous with this cloth fabric. So that was kudos to me for just coming up with that idea very quickly, because sometimes when you're using something different and you haven't used before, you're just not sure how it'll turn out. But I'm happy I went ahead and attached that in 3 different places and not using a fishing line overall, because it did stay up for 2 weeks. I am going to add a few more details, and I am going to show you guys how this garland turned out. And here, the moment of truth, guys. There you go. So it turned out well. That was the light that she had on there, the neon sign, because like I said, this was for a church. The balloon garland turned out well. It lasted. It was a great experience for me. Now I know what to use on those backdrop panels, and you guys do too. Okay, those adhesive hooks work on almost anything. Those, if you're doing a balloon garland, you need your adhesive hooks. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, you guys be safe. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share the channel, comment below. We will have more videos coming very soon. And until next time, you guys, toodles.